Hey guys, what's up? It's time for another review, this time once again about a Meizu phone, the third and last one of the current lineup we tested during the past couple of weeks. It's the Meizu M3 Mini, which is Meizu's current entry-level device, so let's get right into the review. The handset is delivered to you in a white, simple and typical looking phone box in which we find the SIM tray opener, one micro USB cable and the power supply next to the phone and some paperwork. Unlike the M3 Note, the M3 Mini is still made from polycarbonate like previous M-series Meizu phones. The phone is available in multiple color variations, we got the white version for review. The rear boasts a glossy finish and thus is a magnet for dust and scratches, but don't worry, the material isn't too sensitive. Something we love is that the camera doesn't stick out of the body. Meizu also used 2.5D curved glass on their cheapest phone, which makes it look and feel better. The build quality is pretty nice, everything sits in place tightly and there are no gaps or sharp edges. The white status LED doesn't show any light bleeding. If you like phones that are small, the Meizu M3 Mini likely is for you since it comes with a 5-inch panel. The display operates at 720p resolution, but the panel isn't the best one. Colors could be better and contrast as well. Due to the bright backlight, it is quite readable under sunlight though. The digitizer surprised us with support for up to 10 fingers at once and is fast and precise enough for fast typing. The display glass is made from Shock Sensation cover glass, which in our tests has been scratch-proof as Gorilla Glass. The processor used inside the Meizu M3 Mini is the all-new MediaTek MT6750, which boasts 8 Cortex-A53 cores clocked at 1.5 GHz and a Meizu T860 GPU. The SoC competes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 616 and in our tests managed to win the race by providing a slightly better performance both in the CPU and GPU department. The SoC lets your apps run very smooth and even is capable of running newer games. Memory unfortunately is something the M3 Mini, just like the M3 Note, doesn't do well in. The memory is slow and thus causes longer app loading times and boot times. The Meizu M3 Mini comes with all imported sensors, but unfortunately a gyroscope appears to be missing. It is listed but always shows 0. The Meizu M3 Mini runs Flyme 5, but it's not based on Android but YunOS instead. Well, you might say that YunOS is Android, and yes, this is indeed true, but the problem is that it isn't compatible with Android. Well, the compatibility has been greatly improved compared to a while ago, and while most apps run with no issues, there definitely are problems. Twitter, for example, does not run, and also the 3D Mark benchmark refused working. Also, in GT Racing 2 we have not been able to control the game through the G sensor, leaving us with touch controls only. We are sure that there are quite a few more apps facing similar issues. In addition, the YunOS based Flyme ROMs do not support root access. It cannot be enabled from the security settings. Now, those issues for sure are not the end of the world, but you definitely should be aware of them before making your purchase decision. Let's hope Meizu and Alibaba are going to improve compatibility in the future. The reception quality on the Meizu M3 Note is pretty much top-notch, but that didn't really surprise us since there isn't a single piece of metal on this phone that could interfere with the antennas. Something strange, while testing GPS we noticed that the phone does not fix GLONASS satellites despite some being in view. This probably again is caused by YunOS, but luckily it didn't cause any issues during navigation. The internal media speaker of the Meizu M3 is pretty loud but sounds flat, thus it isn't suitable for serious music enjoyment. Through headphones you get a decent output, but the sound is a bit bass heavy. Telephony audio quality is pretty impressive considering that there isn't a noise cancelling microphone. The 13-megapixel camera is pretty much identical with the one found in the Meizu M3 Note and does similar shots with minimal less details on greater distance, but it also shares the same issue with the camera being capable of doing 16:9 shots in 3-megapixel mode only. The pictures do look pretty nice considering the phone's price tag. You really don't notice they have been taken on a budget phone. Also, the shutter and focus time is pretty decent. The focus, by the way, is PDF based. Videos are recorded with a maximum resolution of 1920 by 1080 and look okay. The audio quality is good but not perfect. Slow motion is supported at 120 fps at SD resolution. The front camera unfortunately isn't quite good. It is okay for basic video chatting but definitely not selfie worthy. The phone's energy needs are fulfilled by a 2870 mAh battery, which together with the efficient processor makes up for a good battery life. During our tests, the phone lasted at least 1 day, but often in 2 days. The measured screen on time in the Geekbench free battery test was almost 9 hours. Charging the battery takes 2 hours, which is acceptable. Conclusion: the Meizu M3 Mini is a competitor to the Xiaomi Redmi 3. It does lose in some departments, but on the other hand is $15 to $30 cheaper depending on the shop. The biggest flaw on the M3 Mini is YunOS. Until the compatibility issues are fixed or an Android ROM is available, everyone should think twice before purchasing. The Meizu M3 Mini can be an alternative to the Redmi 3 if you are not into devices with metal build, want a slightly better performance and a lower weight. Also, the Meizu M3 Mini is a bit smaller. So that's all from our side. If there are any questions left, please drop a comment. The shop link and more information can be found in the video description. If you like what we are doing here at China Mobile Mac, please pass a visit at chinamobilemac.de or at our English site chinadevices.net and follow us here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, bye bye, over and out.